morning. As you may see in the title, this video about my third attempt at being a digital nomad and why there's a 90% chance I'm gonna fail again. Not clickbait, all true. So I've been kind of procrastinating on making this video. Been telling myself like the last 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I should make this video because I kind of came into this knowing that it was a huge possibility. It's like I had seen something about Jeff Bezos when he was giving like his perspectives when he was creating Amazon. He told people, oh, there's I think it was like a 70 or 80% chance that this company's gonna fail. And I was thinking about that too when I came. I was like, before I came out here to Vietnam, I was like, there's probably a huge chance that I fail at this again. So I do have a few talking points just so I can kind of stay on topic. But just to give a gist of, where'd it go? Just give a gist of like an overview of pretty much. This is my third attempt. This is my first time trying to do it by myself because I was in a previous relationship, and I just decided to bet on myself and try to do this. So, but I'll just first start with like what actually being a digital nomad means to me. It's like just being free, like everybody else say, like the location freedom, not having to answer to a boss. I'm a fairly introverted person, so some days I just don't feel like dealing with people, and I know some days I really want to be around people. Like I crave to be around people, and other times just like nah, I'm just rather be myself or be with my my significant other or other person that I'm with at the time, and just chilling and just with them. But yeah, this is my third attempt. I guess I'll go over my last few attempts. So yeah, first attempt was right during the COVID or right after COVID. It was like 2020, so about 5 years ago actually was the first time. And me and my spouse at the time had went to Ghana, to Africa, because we had saved up some money and do some other things. We had like a decent amount of change that we had saved up, and so we were doing that. We ended up being out there for 2 months, and literally the only reason I came back was because some stuff in family, and got a phone call and it's like, oh, this happened, and I got like really emotional at the time, and my spouse at the time was really kind of one shoe in the door, like kind of enjoyed it but kind of didn't. So like once I was like, hey, I think we should go back, they was like, okay, let's go. Like instead of what we should have did was stay, because we was actually really close to completing the things we wanted to complete out there, because we started day trading. I know like a lot of people was trading around that time, and we had like a nice amount of money like in our trading accounts to trade with, and it was like every single day we were trading, and then we were working on our business plan as well. Like we took probably about a week going over a business plan that we were going to pitch to investors. Actually finally got the business plan complete, but then after that really didn't go forward with anything. And the same with the trading. Like we were looking at, like there were trades, like I remember she was going to get into a trade, and it was like at 15 cents, or it was like 3 cents or something, and it went up to 15, and then she was like, damn, I should have got in. And then we literally sat there and watched that trade go up to about $3 the whole time. We was like, damn, we could have still got in at 15 cents. But that was like more motivation for us as well. Like, okay, this shit could actually happen. Like we would put $1,000 in there, that would have been our living expenses for the whole year, especially how volatile the market was during that time. And then we were just about to put money down for a place for a whole year, and we kind of like we were checking out of that. And but then also like our living situation at the time, we was renting Airbnb, so it was like the place wasn't the best. The lights would go out, so we switched units. Then it wasn't no water all the time, and the guy that was there just seemed like he was just like kind of watching us and shit sometimes. Then he would lock us in, like he wouldn't get a key for the front door. So it's like after 12 o'clock we couldn't go outside, go grab something to eat, have a friend over or something. Couldn't do that, or the person was locked in for the rest of the night, and even sometimes early in the morning, like we couldn't get out at a certain time. I had to call him, and instead of actually like making the key, we were like we locked in, which is crazy. Like I enjoyed it for safety, but it's like give us a key at least. And then like a bunch of other stuff that was going on that they were saying and stuff afterwards. But we were really close to putting money down on it was a 3-bedroom, maybe 4-bedroom house. It was like a townhouse up in the Spintex area. So it was like really, really nice. It was kind of like off a back street. It was like right off the main road. It was still like kind of up a back street. We were going to like Airbnb, like the boy quarters of the room, because it had like a bathroom and stuff attached to it. It was 2 rooms. So we're gonna like Airbnb that out, because that was like right when Airbnb was starting. I was like, that was our goal. It's like, okay, we can really make money from this Airbnb stuff, because a lot of these hosts aren't doing a great job. So it was like between that, trading, and then we also was gonna buy some farmland. Like we were pretty close to buying some farmland, but the real estate agent that was showing us the land, like we drove all the way up to Kintampo. So that's why it was like we wasn't sure. It was like it's more like middle of Ghana. And it was like the same day, it was like our first, like we seen maybe 3 properties the 2 days we were out there. And like literally the first day we got out there, we was already on like a long ride. And they were like, oh, you guys need to, we're gonna go look at the property tonight. And it was like we were out there all night instead of just like wait till the morning time and doing it. And then the lady was just like, oh, let's do it now. Let's like, close. And it was like, we're just looking. We haven't even seen everything, and we want you to also take us to the Volta region and show us some properties over there. It was like she was kind of forcing it. She just started crying and a bunch of other stuff, and I was just like, what the hell? So I was like, I don't know what was going on. She was really serious and was mad because we didn't buy her, just trying to scam us. But it was like $16,000 for about 120 acres that we were going to get. So it was like almost exactly what we were looking for. But then we were asking like how much did this cost, how much that cost, and it was like to clear it. I think they said it would have been like $500 or something, probably less than that. And I would have actually helped do the clearing as well. But yeah, that was like our first real, kind of being a digital nomad, kind of living overseas. Because I know the foreign part is not really being a digital nomad, but the trading and starting a business and stuff, that part was. So then ended up going back to America, and literally we had to stay in. We was going to stay with family, but my spouse was like, I don't want to stay with your family, this and that. So we ended up spending probably $6,000, like the amount we were going to spend on 1 year for a rental in Ghana. We ended up spending that in 2 months back in San Diego, California, for some Airbnbs that we had rented. So that was like crazy. And then there was a lot of other stuff going on at the time. I was like, okay, we should get out of San Diego and go over here, go over there. But yeah, so second attempt was actually about a year ago. So like about 4 years had passed. Really didn't have any traction. It's crazy, those 4 years went by so fast. You actually think about it, because I don't feel like I really did anything in between that time. But second attempt was going to Thailand. So like 6 months before we went to Thailand, but really like the year before we went, we started like looking into trading. We went to a TD Ameritrade at the time conference in San Diego. We were staying in Vegas at the time, but we went to San Diego to go to the conference to do the options, and it was a free seminar. So it's like you really can't beat that. I'm gonna grab some water. So yeah, we went to the seminar, and it was around that time I think I just started paper trading, and then like I was really focused on like not even working, because we stayed in Vegas for about 2 years. We didn't like work a job those whole 2 years, which was amazing. Like we just did TaskRabbit, help moving jobs, event setups, and a lot of furniture assembly, and then we did a lot of Wayfair too, which really helped out. And then we would like kind of build up our own clientele from there that would just call us back, people that end up liking us and enjoy the work we did. Sometimes, doing furniture assembly, we end up messing people's shit up and they would never call us back. And, it happened, especially during the beginning. But sometimes it was the actual product, and then it's like you tell the person, they start like, oh, I can't pay you for it, even though I assembled it perfectly. It's just this hole wasn't drilled properly, and sometimes you don't know until afterwards. Sometimes it was, our fault. The second tip was last year. We had went to Thailand. Stayed in Thailand for about 2 months. So we was in Bangkok for a month. We stayed in Pattaya for about a week and a half, and then we stayed in Hua Hin for about 1 month. And it was an amazing experience by far. But the con with that, it was like the reason I had decided, because we was like having some trouble in our relationship. It was like, okay, let's just switch things up. And then the business was kind of slow, because like the year before around that time, it kind of got slow. But it was like literally right before we had decided, it was like maybe a week before we actually went there, we decided. And I was like, I'm going. And then at first she was like, oh, I'm not going to go. I'm just going to go, stay with my family. And then like last minute she decided, okay, I'm going to go with you. And got her ticket. So I probably got my ticket like maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks before we left. And she got hers like a week before. So then literally as soon as we leave, like a week later, all our clients are hitting us up. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, can you help me with this? Boom, boom. I'm just like, oh my God. So I'm just like counting the money, like, of course, if we would have waited, we probably could have made another 5,000 before we came out here. But it was like literally 2 weeks before we got out there. It was super slow, like super slow. We had like a little bit, like literally the day before we left, we had a job. But like before that, it was just like super duper slow. So I was like, shit, let's go, bet on ourselves. And just to give some, just like the 4 to 6 months before we had left, we had been day trading every day, because we were doing TaskRabbit. So we, pretty much set our own schedule. So it was like, okay, in the morning we woke up, like we were really being consistent with it. We were waking up between 4 and 5 o'clock every single morning. Like, Vegas, we would go to Sunset Park like around 4 a.m. because especially in the summertime. In the summertime it gets really hot, but more in the winter we probably started waking up a little bit later because it was cold, and we would just go walk around the park. At first we started playing tennis, actually, because on the other side of Sunset it was like a tennis court, so we started doing that. Then after a while we just started walking, and I don't know, we just like kind of said forget about tennis, and we just like walking around the park, feed the rabbits, like go get some leftover lettuce or carrots we had, and we feed the rabbits. We like look out for the coyotes, because there's always coyotes over there. I would wake up, go for a walk in the morning. Sometimes she didn't want to go, so I would go by myself, do like a little jog, try to run as much as I could, and just like sit and watch the stars. It was so beautiful, especially during like August, I believe. There's like a lot of July, August. There's a lot of shooting stars over there, so we'll go out there, watch the shooting stars. It's just so beautiful out there, because you can actually see like a lot of the stars out there. You see the satellites roaming by and stuff too. We thought we had seen Alien one time, when we seen like the Starlinks. We seen like a whole line, and we didn't like know what the fuck that was at the time. We were just like, what the hell is that? So then, but the 6 months before that, we were trading like every day. Not saying we were doing good, but we were actually trading, like we were pretty much consistent with it every single day almost. Well, Monday through Friday at least. Yeah, so it was like, hey, we maybe can focus on it more, and had some kind of capital. But it was like literally the 3 weeks before it kind of like blew my account. She ended up blowing her account. Like probably I lost like $2,000 to $3,000 in that time. So it was probably that month before we left. So it was just like, oh my God, kind of messed up. A lot of the capital I was supposed to be using, on this trip to, actually start trading, and then, not trade, then to actually, live off of as long as we could. But during that time, probably like the first month, it was kind of really hard, because the stock market, I feel like the stock market didn't open until like 10 o'clock out there. Maybe it was 9 o'clock, and it really felt like 10 o'clock, but I felt like it was like 10, 11, 12 o'clock. I felt like it was 12 o'clock at night that the stock market would open. But like the first maybe 3-4 days, it was no problem, because I was sick. I believe my first 2 weeks in Bangkok, I was sick. I don't know if it was because we had landed in Shanghai, and it was the pollution, or it was the pollution from Bangkok, or both. But I had got like a lung infection, was sick as a dog. Like would just be up all night, couldn't go to sleep. Then finally went to the doctor, got some medicine and stuff that kind of helped clear it up. And about a week later, I was a lot better. But yeah, it was just so hard trading at night. And it's like now looking back, should have definitely got into futures trading, because futures, it was like, 24 hours. And it's like, hindsight's always 50-50. But kind of had given up on that after a while. We were just like, well, fuck it. We're just going to live out here for as long as we can. And, we were trying to do YouTube at the time. We had a little YouTube channel. We were recording. And that was the con. It was like sometimes we couldn't do a lot of stuff because we were so backed up on editing. And at first she was like the one responsible for editing, but it was just like we got so backed up. We were both editing. It's like some days we were editing videos all day. And that's how I feel like even now out here when I have my own channel. It's like sometimes I'm editing for like all day and I make no progress. And then you put the video out and you get 2 views. And 2 of those views is from one of your account and then your other account that you watched the video on. And it's like I put in hours and hours, and just sometimes recording it, you put in an hour, and then editing you put in, several hours, and the video doesn't come out as good as you thought it would be. And it's just like, what am I doing wrong? How am I fucking up? And it's just like, is this shit worth it? So then it's like you don't even want to edit no more, which makes you now you want to make any more videos. And then it's just like that cycle. You get stuck in that cycle, but then you start, you might do a short and it gets 500 views, and then you like, I'm back motivated. But then it's like you gotta just kind of stay consistent, because like, okay, I missed out on recording all this stuff because, kind of lost motivation for it. And like that's what we were struggling through at the time, and stuff like that. And it just like wasn't really getting any kind of traction. And then at the time too, it was just like we were kind of living off mainly all my savings and stuff, because she didn't save up during that time. And then during that time I had some money. I think I had took out a loan or something, and I was like, I'm gonna put this all in crypto. And I didn't do it. I kind of procrastinated. It was like $3,000, $4,000 or something I had left over, and I was like, I'm gonna put this in crypto. And I remember I found this crypto MOG, and I was like, I'm gonna put some in Pepe as well, I'm gonna put some in MOG, and I think Solana and Bitcoin. And then I kind of procrastinated it, and I was like, I'm gonna put 2,000 in MOG, and I was just like, no, I'm not gonna do it. That's kind of like the definition of my trading journey. Like before in 2016, 2017, I was gonna put between $1,000 and $5,000 in Bitcoin. That's when Bitcoin was like $300. Made the Binance account, all that stuff. Kind of procrastinated it and didn't end up doing it. And literally a few months later, Bitcoin had ran up to like $7,000 or $10,000. One of my biggest regrets in life. But I was gonna put like 2,000 in MOG, didn't do it. Then I remember I checked back like a week, 2 weeks later, MOG had went up like crazy. I started doing the math, like damn, I would be up like $45,000, and that would have set us up to better live out there, fucking like how we was spending money, like at least maybe 2-3 years easily, just off that money, if not longer. But yeah, we ended up leaving there. We could have actually ended up staying there longer, but we ended up meeting our family in Japan for like a 10-day trip, which was very expensive. Like we had did the math, and it's like, damn, we could have probably stayed in Thailand for another 2 months off the money we had spent in Japan, just like getting the plane ticket, the hotels, food, and all that stuff. Just for those 10 days, probably at least a month, if not 2 months more in Thailand, if not longer, if we would actually like got a long-term lease. So then end up going back to Las Vegas, but had some other troubles and hiccups because we didn't have a car anymore, and just a whole bunch of other stuff. And we're staying in like a monthly rental, which that wasn't expensive, but it wasn't cheap. It wasn't cheap at all. And we just kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Was trying to do TaskRabbit again. That pretty much dried up. Especially it was a lot harder not having a car, not having to take a bus. Really, like for the first time in years for me, just really took a mental toll on me. I was just like really, really broken down, like as a man in that spot, because it was just like, why the fuck am I taking a bus again? Like, it was hard. It was hard, especially for me. Like, I'm not sure how she was going through it because she really didn't say much, but I was like complaining, and it would start unnecessary arguments and stuff and things of that nature. So then we ended up finding an opportunity to go to Yellowstone. So we ended up working in Yellowstone for about 6 months, 5-6 months, which was a great experience, especially for both of us. Really kind of, we spent time together, but it wasn't really, because again, like during that time she didn't want to go with me, but she ended up like last minute, was like, okay, I'll go. And obviously during that whole time, probably, I was doing my job, she was doing her job, and sometimes we would spend time together. A lot of times we wouldn't. Just like kind of, really grew apart during that time. Thought it would bring us closer, but I just really grew apart more. But yeah, now I'm on my third attempt. So then I went to North Carolina by myself, worked, I was working a CDL Class B job, and still had some savings from Yellowstone, not much, and was just investing. During my Yellowstone time, I was just investing heavily into crypto. During that time, everything was going up, and actually I took out some money, because I still had crypto, left on my ledger, because I started buying crypto probably like 9 months before we went to Thailand. So I was buying a lot of Pepe, Bitcoin, and I had learned my lesson from FTX, so I was putting everything on my ledger. So then before we went to Yellowstone, I had to sell some of my Bitcoin so we could get the plane ticket and all that stuff there, and just have a little money to work around with. So like the first few paychecks, I put most of that back into Bitcoin. Then after that, I was just buying a lot of crypto on Kraken and on Crypto.com, and also while I was working when I was in North Carolina, just kind of buying a lot more. Like some months I was putting $2,000-$3,000 into the crypto market, and everything's down right now, which is crazy. Just took a big toll on me. It's just like, fuck, I was putting all this money into it, and some of it was at low, and then some of it was at high, and then like right before I left, literally, that's when everything was high. I think Solana was like 250. Right now today, Solana's like 125. Bitcoin's like 100, between 103, 109,000. And I was buying more. I probably put in like another like $9,000 at that time, maybe $5,000 to $9,000 at the time into the crypto, and mainly Solana, mainly Sui. A couple other ones near. Can't remember any other ones I was putting into, but mainly those ones. Now everything's down. I can look at my account, and then kind of almost blew up my account. Literally I just read an article about somebody with Ethereum that had to put millions into their Ethereum because they were about to get liquidated, and I think it was like liquidated for like, I don't know, it was $3 million or $300 million in Ethereum. And there was a couple other people that was gonna get liquidated for like a couple million, and that's why I was like literally I started transferring crypto from one of my other accounts to that account so I wouldn't get liquidated, because my margin fell like around 70%. And then I got my margin back up to like 100 and some percent, because literally my margin was like 200, 300%. So I thought it was safe. It was like healthy. And then like literally one day, a couple of days, it just dropped. And I was just like fucking praying to God, like, this is everything I worked so fucking hard for over this last year, and literally I'm about to get liquidated, because I started betting on margin, and literally I was bet margin when Bitcoin was around 90,000, and Solana was higher. It's like around 170, maybe 200. I was betting for it to go back up to that 250, and it wasn't high margin. It was like, I think 3x margin on Solana, 5x margin on Bitcoin. Had some Sui, had some Sui, had some Mog. Mog's going down probably like 90% now over that time frame. So I almost blew up my whole account. I started putting cash in, the cash I had left. Started putting a whole bunch of other stuff in there just to not get liquidated. Got it back to like 170%, which was good. Then it dropped back down to 80%. So I was like, I would definitely got liquidated. if I want putting that cash in there, like, or start transferring over Pepe and transferring over other, assets I had to that account so I wouldn't get liquidated. And yeah, and pretty much I've been trading lately. Like literally my first couple weeks out here, I was doing pretty good, using just doing mainly crypto at the time, like real small account. I was actually pulling money out of the account. Like I would make 10, 20 bucks, 30 bucks a day, pull that money out, put it in my bank account, and then was doing that probably for a good week and a half, 2 weeks. And then after that, I just kind of like just started betting too crazy because I had missed out on like a lot of bigger wins. It was like, damn, missed out on 60 bucks here, missed out on 70 bucks here, missed out on 100 bucks here. The account was small, it was like $200 account. So it was like for me growing like that, it would have been crazy to make 60 bucks, especially living in Vietnam. It's like 60 bucks could have lasted me at least a week, if not longer, depending on what I'm doing. But yeah, ended up blowing that account, put another $100 in there, blew that, put another $100 in there, blew that, and that's when I was just like, okay, there's something I'm doing wrong, because I was doing so good at first, like actually taking money out, and I was so happy, like to even just be taking 20, 30, 40, I think the highest like $50 or something I took out, and actually send a transfer to my bank account. So then I just like stopped doing that. I was using another smaller account, and I put like 20 bucks in there, and I did a couple like little longs, and one of the longs went up like 200%, and I was like, see, why can't this happen when I put $100 into a trade, when I put $1,000 into a trade? Like me having a trade of $1,000 when it goes up 200, I think it was 260% at the high, and I'm just like, oh, I want to sell it because it was a Griffin. I think it was Griffin AI I was trading. It went up 200-something%. Then it pulled all the way back down, got liquidated. So I ain't really get to realize any money. And I was like telling myself, sell it. It's probably gonna push back down, then I can get back in again. And didn't do it. I was like, no, it's probably gonna go up if I get out. And that's be like the definition too. Is like once I get out, the shit goes up like crazy. So then kind of just like stop doing crypto as much, because I feel like me trading it too as well is just emotional, because I own crypto assets. So just like I'm kind of biased, especially bullish. I've been bullish biased for a while now. And it's like that's what always kills me in my trading, is that biasness. Being biased towards one side or the other, whether it's bearish or bullish. Like kind of before I was bearish and stuff was going up. And even sometimes lately when I have the right bias, it's about execution. Like I don't execute properly on the trade. So like the last probably week now, I've been doing futures trading, because like I have no attachment to it. It's kind of like crypto. You can't trade it 24 hours a day. That's what I like about crypto. Instead of doing stocks, is that I could trade it any time of day. But futures, you can't trade on the weekend. Today's Friday, so I won't be able to trade it tomorrow unless I wake up, because the futures market closed around 5 p.m., 4 p.m. Chicago time. So that's about 4 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday. So I could, if I wake up early enough, trade in the morning. But sign up for a prop firm. First day, I might be using the damn notes. But first day, fucking made like $400. So I signed up for like the $50,000 prop firm challenge. And where went now. And signed up for that, and literally first day, which was like literally last Friday, so it's been about a week. Made $400 and some dollars. Could have made $1,000 that first day. I ended up getting out of trade early. Took some trades I shouldn't have, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be good. And then the weekend came, so I didn't trade. Then Monday came. Prop firm, they lock your account after you lose so much. So I was down $940 on Monday. Even though it's not like actual real money, but I was just like, damn. And with that, it's because my biasness. And even though I was looking at the chart and I was like, oh, I should short here, my bias when I was looking at the long term, I was like, oh, it's bullish. So let me get in. And I seen one green candle It had just like literally gap down. I think I was straight NQ, gap down, boom. Seen like one little green candle came up on the 5 minute, came up a little bit, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna get in. And I was telling myself, wait till the candle close, wait till the candle close. Boom, got in. The whole time it just started going down. Just kept going down, kept going down, kept going down. And then I was like, fuck. And then closed the first trade. It was down like maybe 150, 200, 300, somewhere around that. And then that's when I just started revenge trading. And I just started like literally I started selling. I was like, okay, it's going down. So it's going down the whole time, but I'm still losing money because I'm entering at the wrong point, and then it goes against me at that point, and then I get out, and then it pulls back down. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm right. And then it pulls back up a little bit, or it pulls down, that's when I get in again, and then it goes back up, and then I get out, and then it pulls back down some, that's when I get in again, and then it pulls back up, and I'm just doing this over and over and over and over, until it's just like, boom, account locked for the next 24 hours. So I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Like, how? And I looked at it afterwards, and I just started laughing to myself, like, you're betting that it goes down. It's going down, and you're still losing money. Like, how is that possible, bro? Like, how? And that's just really the mental game of it. And that revenge, like being revengeful, not being patient, and then entries for me. That's what the biggest thing I noticed over last week is my entries. Like, I don't be paid if I wait. 90% of the time if I wait, I'll get a better entry. But it's like the one time I don't wait and it just flushes down. I'm like, fuck, I was waiting like I was supposed to wait, and then it just goes completely down. There's a freaking huge momentum candle, and now I missed out. And just like, you know, that FOMO kicks in, and now I'm almost down on the account. I probably have like another $600. No, I think now another $200. And then I'll have to pay for a challenge again. But I kind of came into it knowing I might, you know, have to take the challenge more than once. But the other day, I think the day after that, Tuesday, I think I was up. I think Tuesday I was up. I'll have to look at my laptop. I think I was up like $400 at that time as well, and gave most of that back. Went down back to like $100 or $50. Then I ended up getting into another trade. Ended the day like at $330. $330. So then after that, I just locked it. So I love that's a feature on there that you can lock the account. And the day after that was up like 200. Like literally traded for maybe 20 minutes in the morning. It was up $250, and decided, take another trade. And I told myself to lock the account, but I didn't, and ended up being down that day, maybe $400, $500, something like that. Then yesterday I didn't do as bad, which was Thursday. I took 3 trades, one on Bitcoin futures, one on the oil, which I missed out on like a lot of oil ones because oil started moving up, and I was charting and I was like, okay, this is real bullish. Like, I can make some money from this, but it's like by my entries, like get really bad entries, get stopped out, or you know, reaches my stop loss, which I've been trying to do my stop losses. I had a trade that went down like $500. And I told myself to stop out, and I didn't do it, and went down $500. And yeah, yesterday only went down like 150 because I stopped out. Once the trade went down $50 each one, just stopped out. Did one trade today. I think I traded platinum again because it bounced on some, or went under some support. And literally I was like, wait for the camera to close. Didn't. Went back up, stopped me out at a $150 loss. So now I'm just not trading for the rest of the day because like I can't lose more than $150 a day, and not counting the close. And then yesterday, it was like literally after I took those losses, it was like the exact play I was waiting for fucking happened. And I just doing the math, I was like, could have made $500, $600 to $1,000 off that trade, depending on how long I would have held it. And yeah, so just probably 90% chance I'm gonna fail. I've been trying to do my YouTube channel. I've been posting videos. I have 2 subscribers, which is just like disheartening sometimes. And then I put out a couple of shorts. They had like 500 views, which was kind of nice. It motivated me back after a while, because I don't want to be distracted from trading. Trying to focus on YouTube because I'm not making money from it. But it's like you're not making money from trading either. So it's just like some days it's like, what the fuck do I do? And then it's like I don't want to go out and just spend money and blow money when I'm not bringing money in, because I want to better stretch out the time I have for as long as possible. Because if I focus on trading, even though like been in this beautiful place, I may never come back again. It's like kind of stuck between that rock and hard place. Like, do I go out and do stuff fun? It's like my first 2 weeks, not in non-tron, because I'm non-tron now. My first 2 weeks when I was in Ho Chi Minh and Dalat, I did do more stuff. I did a few tours. Went on a lot of tours. I actually rode around Dalat. Did a few things. Not as much as I could have, not as much as I maybe should have, but it's about, for me, stretching out as long as I possibly can, because I know 1 month, 1 week could be that difference maker of me actually, becoming profitable with trading, or crypto going up like crazy, and some of the more margin calls I have, actually being a profit from that, take some of the money out, and then I'll better extend my stay even longer, because I'm going to be here for about another week, and then I'm going to the Philippines. So I have all my bookings there for the first month, so I just got to worry about food and stuff like that. And there I might stay there longer term, just because some other stuff that I'm not sure yet about, but hopefully that goes good. But just like with YouTube and trading, it just like it beats you down sometimes. And then being a solo traveler, like they say, like most solo or digital nomads, and especially when you're solo, like 45-50% suffer from being alone and stuff. And that's like my first time solo traveling. Like solo traveling is so overrated. Like how much rather be with somebody traveling. It's just a lot funner, and things like that. But yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find my notes. And I talked about everything. Video was a lot longer than I thought it would be, but yeah, it's just I know there's a bigger chance I might fail, and even before me coming here, it was like a partial emotional decision, like because I was supposed to wait about another 6 months before I came, because I would have been able to save up more money during that time frame. But just like a lot of stuff that was going on, I was like, fuck, let me bet on myself. And it's, I guess at the end of the day, I can never regret betting on myself. So it's like, even if this doesn't work out, it's fine, because worst case scenario, I can go back, find a job. Hopefully I can find a job, but usually can go back, work again, save up, and try it again, for a fourth, fifth, sixth time. But I hope third time's a charm. But I was supposed to do this one job to where I could, not have to worry about expenses. It was like a seasonal job. We had to sign a 6-month contract. But it was like all the stuff I had to do to get there. I was gonna have to wait about 3 more months before I can get all the, qualifications and things that was necessary to get that job. And now they've been hitting me up. And then also during that time, it was like about a month had passed by. I didn't hear nothing back from them. So I was just like, okay, I don't think, I don't want to rely on this, and it doesn't work out. I literally just messaged me in the last week. It was like, hey, are you still interested, this and that? And I'm just like, damn. And I spent money, to get some of the stuff done. And I told myself before I left, I should have, did the rest. I should have just spent the little bit of money that I was going to take to do the last part of the process. So then worst case scenario, when I got back, if I had to go back, then all that stuff would be ready for me, and I can just go back into that, because that was a good opportunity, especially the first one, because that could lead, just the experience from there could lead to other stuff. And it was an opportunity where you can work 4 to 6 months, 4 to 8 months a year, and then you have the rest of the year off, which would have been a great opportunity, like for me, especially somebody that I don't like keeping a full-time job all the time. So I've worked jobs for a long time, but it's just like I prefer to have my freedom, but time zone challenges, travel fatigue, imposter syndrome, just, it's like, I don't know, some days you have the highs, like, I know I can do this shit, and then other days just like, what the fuck, who the fuck are you kidding? Like, who are you kidding, bro? Like, you can't do this shit. Like, this shit's, most people that's doing this shit fake, and it's like, especially on YouTube, it's like, that's why I feel like my channel's not as good, because I'm just I just feel like I document my journey. I don't try to over exaggerate shit. I don't try to, fudge it or make it seem like it's better than it is. It's like, okay. It's like, even like with my eating videos, I'm not just like, oh my god, this is like, people just, like, I watch videos sometimes and just like, person put the food in their mouth and just start dancing and stuff, and just like, I guess that's what people want to see. And I might be like, oh my god, this is good sometimes from some of my food, but most people, it's like, even when I went on, when you go on food tours and other stuff, like, you don't see people eat like that in real life. Like, you do not see people eat like that in real life at all. But yeah, so I'm still positive about it overall. I know I can do this. Like, at the end of the day, I really do. I just need to focus. But it's like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to focus some days, because as I wake up in the morning, sometimes I place a trade. Sometimes I place a trade and it goes good, but then it's like the rest of the day that kills me. Or some days I place a trade in the morning and it doesn't go good, and then just like, okay, what do I do for the rest of the day now? It's like I can edit videos, but then it's like my YouTube channel's not really doing good, so I should be editing videos and things of that nature. And it's just, it gets rough sometimes, you guys. It gets rough, but yeah, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm not gonna give up. I want to spend every single last dollar until I have to go back and work another job and save up again and try to do this again. I'm not gonna give up, because I know deep down inside I can do this shit. It's like I heard Ed Milet say one time, like, you have these thoughts and you have these feelings inside yourself for a reason, and it's God or higher power or something that's telling you that you can do it, and it's just for you to get the fuck out your own way and get it done. Because obviously you think you can do it, you feel like you can do it, so just do it and get the emotions out the way. That's the biggest thing I feel about trading. It's like, stop being emotional about the shit, get into it. If you set your parameters and just walk away sometimes. I feel like that's the best thing too, trade. It's like, I do like to sit and watch it, but it's like, I watched another guy video, he was talking about that yesterday, and he was like, I was like, literally, right before I watched that video, I had did the same thing. So I got into Bitcoin's future contract, and I just set it, put my stop loss, put my take profit, walked away. And then I had seen a couple of his videos before, and I just turned the video on, and he had said the exact same thing. I was like, yes, exactly what I'm doing today. It's crazy I'm seeing this video, so I know I'm doing the right thing. That trade ended up working out, but it's still best, like, chart what you're gonna do and just walk away from it sometimes, because you don't want to, like, the reason you're doing this is to have freedom. You don't want to be stuck behind a chart for 11, 12 hours a day. And maybe at first it's good, but I have been trading literally on and off for years now. But it's like, when you take those breaks too in between, it kind of fucks you up. But yeah, I'm gonna keep trying. I might have to buy another prop firm challenge. I might go with a cheaper one, because this one was $98. I seen another one that was $49. So I was like, I might rather do that one for, it's like the same type of what you call it. I'd rather stick with this company because I heard it's good, but the other company I heard is pretty good too. And I was like, I'd rather spend $49 two more times than I'd spend $98 two more times. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. I'm gonna stay positive. I might try to do a couple more fun things while I'm out here, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Because I literally have 1 week left, and I do still have, like, the allocated money. Well, I took out a little bit more money yesterday than I expected to, but not much. It was like 50, $100, $100 extra I took out yesterday, just in case that I needed it. But yeah, literally, I'm probably gonna make another video that's similar to this. Like, just, I literally been locked into this Airbnb for almost a whole month. Not literally locked in. I have left, but yeah, that was my plan. But that was my plan for coming here to Non-Trauma. It was like, I want this view that I have right here. I want to wake up every day. It'll motivate me to, I have to live like this every day, which is like, I think here, if you want to live long term, it's like $270, just call it $300 a month to live in a condo like this, which is not bad. Like, I'd rather a 1 bedroom, but it's not bad to live like this for $300 a month, especially if you can make, $1,000 a month from trading, if not more. Especially from a $50,000 account, that's not much. You can literally make that in a couple days. But with the prop firms and stuff, you gotta reach certain criteria to cash out. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Probably putting it out probably like a month from now, because all my videos are like backed up like crazy. And yeah, it's a lot longer than I expected. Hopefully you got some value from this. Hopefully if you think about doing the same thing, I would say just save up as much as you can. But at the end of the day, when your gut's telling you to go, you gotta go. And don't hold on to things too long. Worst case scenario, you can always come back. Just leave your job on good terms if you can. If you can't, fuck them. Find another one. Yeah, just bet on yourself, man. No matter what, even if you fail, at least when you're 99 years old, you're ready to look back and you can truly say you tried, or at least attempted to try. You gave some kind of percentage. You wasn't, puttering, because, I feel like when working a job, like, how much of your true potential are you really giving? 25%, 30%, maybe 50%? Working a 9-to-5 job, like, honestly. And it's like, even doing this, I can't even say I'm giving 100%. Sometimes I can't even say I'm giving 60%, honestly. Some days I feel like I'm giving 90, I'm giving 80, but yeah, at least you better say you tried, that you attempted to, and there'll be one less regret you have, when the time comes.